Hello YouTube, Ronan Kazi. Got something a little bit different. Not actual gameplay, but strategy on for Legendary District Union Arena. So, this is where you're beginning the fight. You can, I normally fight over by that container. I'm going to show you where not to fight. A lot of people who just get in here, they want some elevation and they go to this spot. This spot, unfortunately, is very out of cover, susceptible to drones, susceptible to grenadiers. Now what I'm going to do is show you that people fight from here. That's a safe spot. You throw your turrets up on here or that little container in front of you. When I'm jammer pulsing, I come right here and go back behind myself. So what does it look like when you sit up, when the enemies are first there? What does it look like when you're sitting on top of that bus? Well, that's what they can look at, and that's what they see. They're looking down at you, so it's the bad place to be. And they go in various places over here, and I just also want to give you what it looks like here on the other side as well. And on the other side, this is what they see. So in the beginning, you might want to take those people off of that elevated perches. Now I'm going to show you the way that I get to the gate. This was by Sloth Mood and Ultimate Shield 340. You come right here, quiet. Two people will climb up there. You walk over on this other side. Keep going, keep going. And normally the people have moved to the front at that point. You got to do it immediately. Then you go in your slot. What would it look if you attacked from this side? I have to admit, I only tried this once on the time where I died 1,000,000 times. And you could attack from here. I'd like to try it from there. If I had a clan, we would try it from this side, and I'd tell you what was happening. I don't have a clan. I have a clan, but it's an army of one. It's just me. So you've wiped the first phase. Now you're going to come into the second phase. You come in this room. You're going to set up here, here. You may set up on this little box here. You may go over these boxes. You will not go past here, because this is what it looks like. The enemy's all here. There's about 10 or 12 of them, and this is what they see coming back. You really don't want to be in that area. So they're going to put some healing pots over here, and when you wipe those guys out, then the chungers are going to come from back in this direction. And it's a time, it's a DPS race. The chungers are coming, the chungers are coming, the chungers are coming, the chungers are coming, the chungers are coming. Did you kill them before now? If not, some of them come into here, loiter around, and then you're going to have to go in here. You're going to go from there as they're coming. You're going to come out here, and then you're going to fight them from here. So that's the first. This is the second phase in here. We'll kind of call this the entrance into the arena. Now I'm going to show you where, over to your left, there's some components you can pick up. And here's a rifle case over here, or a weapon case, excuse me. It doesn't have to be a rifle. Why would you put a pistol in? It's too big. But okay, here we go to the next part. Please let your folks set up before you go through here, because this is what it looks like when you're coming through there. There's a guy on this mounted weapon, and he's just going to rip you a new one. So you do not want to just willy-nilly come out of there, because you're going to face a lot of people. So what I do is I usually come in and immediately go to cover, and then I toss a turret right there. Sometimes the snipers will have their drones coming to kind of see where you are. Some people come over here on the left, the enemies. Another way, you can slide up here really quick, and then you have access to that gunner from right here, and you can pulse from up here. Okay, when you wipe these guys out, I'm going to show you another box over here. When you wipe these guys out, then the next set of people spawn in the back of this room. You can pulse them from right here. But if you don't have enough DPS to keep them from coming, so normally I pulse when I see them, then you got to put some DPS. If you don't do DPS, they're going to rush right through here. There's no cover over there. There's cover right here, but typically you're over here and you get caught out of cover. So you don't want to do that. But you need your group to put pressure on them. So other than that, it's pretty easy. And now we'll go up to the next section, is with the dogs. Now there's two dogs. Usually a yellow Grenadier and a purple machine gun dog, it doesn't matter what their configuration is, because if you have a Vile Jammer in your group or just a Jammer in your group, they're going to knock the dogs out. So we're going to go to the next set. This is where I put my turret if I'm soloing. You have three choices. You have Avenue A over here. You have Avenue B over here, but I like to go in Avenue C. If I'm in a group that's pretty strong, I'm going to take Avenue C, get that stun ammo, and camp right here. I'm going to put a turret up on this table. There's a Johnny 5 in front of you, and there's maybe one of his repair guys right to your left. Johnny 5, repair guy. Then there's a bunch of Grenadier people and drone people, and this is what they're looking at. So you're okay at that table. Other people will be back on the left, and they're going to come out of this room. So spawn 1, the dog, spawn 2 are dogs. Spawn 3 is going to come out of that room. So from your point person right here, you're going to support them. The dogs come through. You're having a jammer person put down the dogs, hold the dogs. After you get done with the dogs, you're going to move up here and catch this last group before they come out of there with a Scorpio, with Creeping Death. You're going to spread that all to everyone right there to status effects. Boom, you're done. Your next section. Next section, don't go too far in deep. You're going to set your turrets up on this table, because the first part of the spawn, normal guys are going to come out of this door, like 3 or 4 of them, and then a Chunga is going to come out of this door right here. So you're going to put your turrets right here. I put my turret there and then stay over here, and then I pulse them. Someone has to start this, though, so you all can't congregate back there. Someone has to be the sacrificial lamb and go out to start it. So you're going to go over here to start it. Those rushers are going to come to you immediately. That's why you want to have either shock traps or some type of crowd control thing to stop them. Once you complete those, you're going to go to the next section. I'm going to show you where the case is. This, again, this is the legendary DUA run-through, walk-through, and there's some components over here to the right. Now, this is the preferred method. I've tried it. It's not a lot of different ways. You're going to camp somewhere in this room, and everyone's going to take cover. But one person should really go over here and push, because if you can control this area, when I look back to my right, they come right here and they can see your exposed flank. So a person over here or a turret over here helps protect your flank, because the enemy spawns from this door here, and you get 3 spawns, and they come out this way. If you have a turret, it forces them back to the left. And look at, now they're coming through this gateway, and you're all in cover. Again, we're talking about pushing the enemy, shaping the battlefield. That's what you're going to do here. Again, do not leave that flank exposed. You have unnecessary problems. So there's one Chunga in here, 3 waves, pretty easy. Now we're going to go to what I call the pool room. What I like to do is, if I can, is throw a turret up on this bar. I like to throw them up on the beer poles, the things that you pull the drafts for the beer. I hide right there. You can reach them with your pulse from there. And so, yeah, I like to put my turret on top of those. But you're going to have a couple of turrets on here. And the spawn, again, is here in the back. Your first spawn is, you know, snipers, other people, and then the Chungas are going to come, and the Chungas are coming. Maybe sometimes a Chunga comes to the left, 2 on the right, but the Chungas are coming. It's a DPS race. If you can get them before they get up here, you got a ton of DPS. If not, they're going to push you into this room. When you go to this room, you're not going to try to stay in the front. You're going to go all the way immediately to the back, because they have those hives. You got to get out of the area. And I like to camp here. They will not come any further. This is the farthest they come in here. And then they'll kind of reset. So they'll come here and then they'll reset back. And then they have healing hives out here. So you almost got to draw the Chungas in and kill them, and then you're all set. Okay, you completed this section. Now we're going to call this like the dining area. And so this is kind of hard. There's like maybe 4 or 5 to the left here, but then there's 3 around this corner, and that's what makes it hard, because they're really deep in there. So sometimes you put turrets up, but they'll grenadier you, and essentially this is the first half of DUA. Everything after this point's gated. So I'm going to stop the video, and you'll come down here. You know, you're coming out of this room, and so now you're going into the second half of DUA. From now on, things are going to be gated. You can't go back. They're going to lock doors behind you. I apparently don't know how to walk either. So we come through here, and you can tell the gated parts because there's a countdown. So you get in this area, those doors are going to close behind you, and the countdown's going to start. So one of the things about those doors, you can fight from here, but you have nowhere, had to cut. You can fight from there. I fought down here before. You can, Roxy, knock it off. Sometimes you can fight from back in here, but you have nowhere to retreat to. So you better have enough DPS where you can kill the chungus before they get you in there. Now, what people like to do is on the first part, the setup. So as you get into this room, here's why you don't want to fight from that area outside the door, because there's a Johnny 5 here. He's going to grenade you. He grenades the 3rd floor, and he grenades the door where you're at. If that's not bad enough, you're going to have another Johnny 5 sometimes up here, or a Grenadier up on the top floor. And they are going to grenade you down in your doorway down there, and they're going to grenade you across the way. So I'm going to show you now when people say we want you to go to the 3rd floor, this is what it means. Immediately upon exit of this, Roxy, I will squirt you. Immediately out of this doorway, you make a left, you go up the stairs, and you keep running. You don't have a drone out because it attracts attention. You go up these stairs, sometimes someone gets shot. But let's say the 4 of you make it up here. You compose yourself, get everyone healed up, rezzed, and now you're going to start. What I like to do is I like to come up here and put a turret on this bow. Because one, it can see down all over it. It can see the Johnny 5s, and it can see where the chunkas are going to come from. After you clear the first wave of people, the chunkas are going to come out of this doorway. Again, it's a DPS race. Sometimes they both come up over here on the top where we were, and sometimes one peels off. So usually they come here, or one will peel off, and they'll come down these stairs. And you'll be like, oh, we only have one chunga to deal with. And then, surprise, he comes up here, and he's right here. He doesn't always come all the way up in here, but he comes up those stairs, and he has the hive. So I fight from here if I have a lot of DPS because they're not going to get past me. And then after you kill the chungas, a couple dogs come out. Again, the dogs are easy in this part. You're just going to kill the dogs. They're all in the lower section. They're grenade and everything, but the elevation protects you. And again, if you have a vile jammer person or a jammer person, it's going to stun them constantly. So that's easy. I think I show you this little box over here to the right, maybe. Or no, am I going to do another video here pretty soon? Yeah, so I think I'm going to give you another video here shortly. Because this is another gated way. You can't get it back up here. So now you're going to the next section. There's about 7 to 10 guys over here. I put a turret right there at this door. Maximum defense. You're going to have like 4 or 5 people. They're mainly fast chargers and a couple just regular soldiers. Some people put their turrets over here on the right there. They're going to be over here, and they're going to rush. They're going to make a right turn, and then they're going to be on you. That's where that turret works. You guys are going to come back in. Some people put turrets over there. But it's really easy. I've died in this section before. It's embarrassing. Don't die in this section. And I guess I'm just showing to you that this is gated, right? You can't climb back up. So as you're moving through these things, you're stuck. So this next section is the last really big fight before you make it to the boss, to the checkpoint. And this is another gated area. Once you go through here, once you go through these doors, they're going to shut behind you and you can't go backwards. And then you're going to fight forward. So I go ahead, show you you're fighting from this room. I'm just going to show you that The glass panes here on the right are open. You can get shot through there and you can shoot through there. There's not a lot you can shoot, but sometimes you can do some damage from over in there. But that's it. So that's where you might have seen me fight solo. So, again, shaping the battlefield. I always, in almost every group, unless someone beats me to it, but they never do because they don't come over here, I put my turrets in either of those spots because the enemy is coming out of this area. This is number 1 spawn they're coming out of. So I'm going to stop them from pushing along the left. The first 2 spawns are mainly over here on the right. So you'll have people in your group. What am I going to show you here? Yeah, people in your group are going to fight. If you have a person who goes forward, this is too far forward because we can't protect you in a legendary. Heroic, you can do this all day. But you really should be fighting from here to protect this flank for there. There's going to be someone maybe in this section and then a third person somewhere around here. Maybe they're there. This person over here is going to stay over here. So you had the first spawn, the second spawn coming out of that area right there. And the third spawn, they're coming out of there. So when you're going to vial jam someone, if I'm going to show this part, you're going to do it from right here. Right? So you're going to go run up to here. Hit vial, hit your jammer, it hits everyone. But guys are charging from here, so it's an exposed place. So you're going back into cover. You can't stay there or you'll die. The final third wave, they mainly come out of here on the left. And at this point, your team is going to do it. So we go in the next section. This is the poppy section or the plants. This door closes behind you, another gated area. There's going to be 3 dogs that come out. What I like to do, if your teammates allow you, you're going to run up here forward and you're going to put your turret on these blue barrels. You're not going to put it on the ground because the chungas that are in come can kick them. So you're going to, the dogs come out of there. You can hit the dogs from here. You can hit the people from here and you can hit the chungas. You're putting them up on the blue things. And you're going to fight back from this area. Your vial jammer skill will reach them everywhere. So one person is guarding this flank. The other 3 people are going to camp up on this side on this main spawn. They're going to be fighting the 3 dogs. And if you have a jammer, it's going to kind of keep them in place. You're going to kill them. And they're going to come out of this door. After you kill the dogs, the rest of the people are going to spawn out of that door. And you're going to use your status effects, whatever, your maybe your grenade launcher, whatever, you're going to take them out. And the chungas are going to come out of here. They're going to be... As soon as you kill the last person over there, the chungas are going to come out and that turret's going to engage them. You're going to engage people over here. There's 1 extra person that comes. You're going to kill him, kill the 2 chungas. Congratulations. You're on the final round of DUA Legendary. You've done great so far. Again, this door is going to lock, the gated nature of it. And okay, here we go. So the enemies are all at the far end opposite from where you are now. A couple are up high. And I'm going to show you what they're looking at. The enemy, 2 snipers, a purple and a gold, are up here. And they're looking right down on you right there. Don't go up there at first until those snipers are down. A lot of people will camp up here. And guess what happens to them? Dead. And now we got to res you. So don't go up here at first. This is going to be a good spot to fight for waves 2 and 3 in the last half of 1. That's a great spot to fight. Your turret's going to be up on that plywood to your right. So you're pushing, you're killing this first. You might be fighting from here. The second wave, they come down here in the middle. They're coming up from over there. And you're just killing them. It's easy. It's a turkey shoot at this point now. You're doing great. You're going to run. One person should come over here, again, shaping the battlefield. You're going to push them. You're going to make sure no one comes over on this side. They're going to be so engaged with you that this person comes over here and kills them if they even look this way, right? because you're over there on the left shooting. Spawn 3 comes from to the 2 spots I just showed you. And then spawn, right there he is. Spawn 3 is right there. And then after spawn 3, near the end of it, you're going to flip the battlefield. You're going to come over this side. Now you're going to get elevation. No more grenadiers. There's a couple people. And then you're going to really sit up here. And the final boss has an AoE. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate all the support on the channel. Have a good day.